All right, let's get right into it. We're gonna pull back the curtain on something we all do, but almost never really understand. Why we buy all this stuff we don't actually need. And the answer? Well, it lies in something called the dopamine mirage.
Come on, be honest with yourself for a second. Who hasn't done this? That new gadget that's supposed to change your life, another fancy notebook, that shirt that just popped up in your feed. You feel this pull, you click buy, and for a split second, everything just feels right. But what's really going on there?
So let's paint a picture. Imagine it's, 3 p.m. on a Tuesday. You're at your desk, the day is kind of dragging on. Nothing's wrong, really, but nothing's exciting either. It's just, a Tuesday. And then it hits you. It's not some big dramatic thing, it's just a little itch, a flicker of boredom. Maybe you're just tired of staring at the screen. There's just this vague sense that something's missing. And that feeling right there, that's the starting gun for this whole journey.
So what do you do next? I bet I know. Almost like a reflex, your hand finds your phone. You pop open a shopping app, and there you have it. The mindless scroll begins. You're not even searching for anything specific, you're just looking.
And this is where we get to our first big idea, what we can call the deception of utility. See, we tell ourselves a really convincing story about why we're shopping, but most of the time, it's just a story.
The story usually sounds something like this. Oh, I need this. I need this new planner, and then I'll finally get my life organized. Or I need this kitchen gadget, and then I'll become an amazing cook. But here's the secret. The object itself, it's basically irrelevant. You're not really buying a product at all.
This breaks it down perfectly. The myth is, I'm buying a new pen. Simple enough, but the reality is so much deeper. What you're actually buying is the idea of a more organized, more productive, maybe even a more creative version of yourself. You're not buying the thing, you're buying the feeling you think the thing will give you. And there's a name for this whole process. It's called mental fabrication. Your brain is literally making up a story. It's creating this little movie in your head of a future, happier you, a you that's more complete, all because of this one little purchase. And man, is it a convincing movie.
So what's the fuel for this whole engine? What's really driving us to do this? Well, it's a super powerful chemical in your brain, and it puts us on something we can call the dopamine treadmill. Let's dig into the science behind that high.
Psychologists call it the hedonic treadmill. You ever notice how that incredible thrill from a new purchase just fizzles out? That's the treadmill at work. We get a temporary jolt of happiness, but then, boom, we land right back where we started. Chasing that feeling is like trying to stay at the top of a treadmill that never stops. It's just chemically impossible.
Okay, this table shows the entire journey in 3 simple steps. First up, anticipation. This is you scrolling, imagining, and this is where your dopamine goes through the roof. The idea of the thing is perfect. Then comes step 2, acquisition. You click buy, you get a brief sense of relief, the itch has been scratched, and finally, adaptation. The package shows up, the newness wears off, and that perfect object, well, it's just another object. And check out this chart. It tells the whole story. Look at that first bar, anticipation. That's the absolute peak. The biggest chemical rewards your brain gives you is for the browsing, for the wanting. It is not for the having. By the time you actually own it, your dopamine has already taken a nosedive. This is the key takeaway. Your brain is rewarding you for seeking, not for owning.
Now, here's where it gets a little more serious. When you run through this loop enough times, it stops being a conscious choice. It becomes something much more powerful, much more automatic. It becomes a conditioned reflex.
And I really want you to hear this part. If this whole cycle sounds familiar, it is not a personal failure, it's not a lack of willpower, it's simply a learned mental shortcut. Your brain found an efficient, though not very effective, way to deal with an uncomfortable feeling. So how does this shortcut get built into our brains? It's a simple 4-step recipe. First, there's a trigger, an uncomfortable emotion like boredom or stress. That leads to the action. You consume, you buy something. The result? Temporary relief, that little dopamine hit we talked about. And because it worked for a second, the cycle repeats, and your brain learns to do it all over again next time. So if this is all an automatic, conditioned loop, are we just stuck? Absolutely not. Just understanding the mechanism, seeing how the machine works, is the single most important step you can take to break the cycle and reclaim your agency.
At the end of the day, this whole behavior comes down to what's known as a category error. I love this concept. It means you're trying to solve a problem from one category, an internal, psychological problem like boredom, with a tool from a completely different category, an external, physical object. It's like trying to fix a software bug by buying a new keyboard. The tool just doesn't match the problem.
And so, we'll leave you with this. You've now seen the entire blueprint of the impulse. The feeling, the story, the dopamine loop, and the automatic reflex. The question is no longer just, how do I stop buying stuff? The real question, the more powerful question, is this. Now that you see the pattern, how are you going to reclaim your agency?